Hey everybody, this lesson is a fast lesson, hopefully easy also. I think it is, you guys. Complex numbers, so module 11.2. And don't forget all your lessons can be found at Mrmathblog.com. And this is an integrated math 2 link, so when you get to that site, make sure you click the integrated math 2 link, okay? So here's our question. What is a complex number and how can we add, subtract, and multiply these guys? Okay, so a complex number is always written in the form a plus bi, where a and b are the real numbers and I is the square root of -1. Okay, don't make it harder than it is, so it's just a complex number, okay? So a is called the real part of the number and bi is called the imaginary part. And you're thinking, well, duh, and this lesson's kind of like that. Okay, so B is real, but the BI part is the imaginary. Remember, you don't have to write down the purple stuff if you are in my class. Okay, so identify the real and the imaginary part. And the book also adds on there, then tell what number, whether the number belongs to each of the following sets, whether they're real numbers, imaginary numbers, or complex numbers. Okay, so I'm interested in just identify the real part and the imaginary part. Okay, the real part is that 9, the imaginary part is that 5i, and that's a complex number, okay? It's not a real number because of the 5i right there, okay? Let's slide that up. Here's number 2. Okay, now this is kind of tricky, you guys. This is in the form of 0 minus 7i. So the real part is 0, and the imaginary part is 7i, okay? So this is both an imaginary number and a complex number, okay? It's not a real number, because of the I right there. So it's an imaginary number, and since it actually has a 0 minus 7i, the 0 right there makes it complex, okay? All right, and don't get too bent out on that, you guys. It's not that bad. Anyways, excuse me. So 11, you guys, 11 is in the form of 11 plus 0i. So the real part is 11, the imaginary part is 0i. 11 is real, and it's also complex. Ha ha. All right, so add or subtract, you guys. So here we go. We have -7 plus 2i plus 5 minus 11i. This is the same as just basic algebra. You're combining like terms. So I put the -7 and 5 together and the 2i and the minus 11i together, and we get -2 minus 9i. Okay, easy. All right, do that with this one. So we'll combine the 18 minus, well, let's put the negative through the parentheses first right there, and then combine the like terms. So 18 minus 2 is 16, and 27 minus 3 is 24, 24i. Okay? All right, so multiply, you guys, and don't forget I squared equals -1. So we're going to get I squareds in these answers. So FOIL it out, you guys. So if you FOIL it out correctly, you get that, and you get that, and then let's combine the like terms. Don't forget I squared equals -1, so we replaced -5 times -10 is plus 50, but I times I is I squared. So it's plus 50i squared. I squared is -1, so that's going to make this a minus 50 right there. Okay, and then you can combine 18 minus 50 and you get -32. Okay, so first times first is 18. Outer times outer, so 6 times -10i is -60i. Inner times inner is going to be a -15i squared, and then this -5i times this -10i is going to get us a negative times a negative is a positive 50i squared, but this I squared makes it a -50 right there. All right, let's try that again. All right, so first times first, there it is. Let's do this slower. 8 times 11, and then outer times outer, 8 times I. Inner times inner, 15i times 11. Finally, last times last, 15i times I. And then when you combine all of those, you get that. Now this becomes a minus 15 right there, so when you subtract those, you get that. And there's your correct answer right there. Okay, you guys, if you are in our class, that's your assignment. Take care.